Hello and welcome to Experience Share. Brrr, Joshua, sweater weather. Sweater weather, both.
It was so chilly.
Both here in the gateway to New England, central Connecticut, and in our leg of the journey this week.
Oh, it's not chilly down here in the gateway to Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'll get down there. It's a creep. It's that winter creep, you know?
Yeah.
Your name is Fjeldestam.
Medicham?
Yeah.
Fjeldestam?
Yeah. Medicham. Fjeldestam.
Fjeldestan would be a good name for a country. Bring me in one of the stands.
Yeah. Wasn't that a character of mine?
Fjellstan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. And I had Stanner at one point, our, mega fans.
Wow, we've been playing these games a long time.
Well, we forget a lot of things. I couldn't tell you what season that was, for example.
AKA Joshua Fjellstad. And my name is Sneezering.
Sneasel.
Yeah. AKA Tanner Greenring.
It's good. Not as good as Fjeldestam, but...
Not bad. New.
Definitely new.
Net new. I wish I had kept track of more than two of these, but we'll get to that later. Joshua, here we are. Sweater weather. Brr. It's not cold in New York. It's cold up here today.
It's 60 here, and I think it's going to be 70, which sounds very strange considering how close they are.
I mean, it's chilly this morning. I don't know. I don't know the weather later. Probably nice. It was nice yesterday, right?
Probably going to burn off, they say.
It'll burn off.
Yeah, I got to burn it off.
It's not going to burn off in Snowpoint City, though.
No.
High atop the Snowpoint Mountains.
A lot of trainers, I think, I got the impression they would like it to burn off. I don't know. A lot of these trainers are living, frankly.
Oh, yeah. It seems pretty miserable.
With the kind of outfits I saw.
Well, one woman stopped me didn't stop me. She stopped Shadow Josh when he was on his way up and said, "Shouldn't you be wearing something warmer?" I was like, "No. Haven't you seen us? It's like a punishment."
Crystal Ball just had flash bursts out the whole time, warming her up.
That's miles away from where we are now, Joshua.
Sorry. Yeah.
We're still in Canalave.
Canalave.
We still have a to-do. We're sort of let loose, but we do have a to-do, which is meet up with Bad Tanner.
Yeah.
In Canalave Library.
Adam split.
Yeah.
Didn't thud into me this time. So he's making good on how he's, improving himself. He said he would stop thudding into me all the time.
He does sort of pull a power play on you though, because you make your way up to the third floor of Canalave Library, and then he's just there at the top of the stairs, and he grabs you and pulls you into a cutscene, and he pulls you 2 steps, and he says, "Hey Gramps, I brought Bad Josh like you asked me to." And it's like, dog, you didn't bring me anywhere.
Yeah,
I made 99% of that journey.
Just told me to go to the library. You don't even say where. I had to wander through all the stacks to find this guy. And they're at the very end of it, the very top.
Yeah, because that's where they keep all the, I don't know, what were you even talking about? The maps of the lakes.
Yeah, and
Luxie and Muxie and Fuxie.
The legend of the Gulpin Egg, the chosen one.
That's the journey this week. For some reason, as part of our learning, as part of our studies, we need to go and learn about the mythical Pokemon and visit the 3 lakes.
Yeah, because there's some big earthquake that comes out of nowhere, and they're like, Sinnoh's not known for its earthquakes. And I was like, well, are they fracking?
That's something we've already decided to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just prescient, because we're stepping out of the library, each of us is going to split up and go to a lake. And then we step out, and I guess he's my trainer danger. He's not really a trainer. He's a sailor. He's my sailor danger.
Sailor danger.
He stops us and he's like, hey, old dude and kids. Something big just happened. And that's what he rude.
Said. That's so rude.
And also, what do we care? We're an old dude and kids. You didn't know that we just happened to be interested in this and formed a plan that involved visiting these lakes. And the big thing that happened is an explosion at Lake...
One of them.
Verity, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Verity. Yeah. Could be Valor. I don't know. I mean, we had to go check them out.
Valor.
We don't know.
It's Lake Valor. Yeah.
We're dispatched to Valor. Barry's going to Acuity. And
at the top of the mountain.
I think Adam Split is the one that goes to Verity.
We're dispatched to Valor.
Oh, tragic scene.
Before we can even get there, it's been exploded. How does it exploded? Did they explain?
Wasn't really sure if they sucked up all the water or they just like blew up a big hole in it, and then
I don't know. The water's gone. There's a bunch of dead and dying Magikarp and like Team Galactic members down here. And at the bottom of the lake is a cave that I guess is what they were after.
Yeah, they were trying to dig out, one of them. Muxie, Azelf, Moxie, or whatever that other one is.
How many are there? 3?
3 of them.
What happens if you have all 3 of them?
They kiss. Menage a trois.
Do they? Uh-oh.
Maybe I'm just thinking of...
Siren's going off. The little,
maybe you saw that for
light is blinking in my studio here. I'm headed to
No, turn it off.
Affinity.
No, we made it the whole season.
Here we go. What's one of their actual names? What are their actual names?
Uxie. Azelf. Oh, Mesprit is the other one.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Welcome for Affinity Admin Tanner.
No problem. For Affinity's just like, yep.
Well, yeah, they got all those like...
How many hundred do you want, sir?
Multiple tails that can go in a lot of different ways.
Oh, that's just the safe for work because I'm not logged in. I'm on my work computer.
Obviously, there's plenty of inflation stuff.
Oh, let me log in. My credentials are saved here. My username is Mr. Squirt.
Perfect.
Uxie. Mesprit.
I have one that is one of them is sitting on Mesprit.
Yeah, this is no problem. If this is something you're looking for, if this is something you're tracking and this is something you're looking for, you're not going to have any problem finding it on for Affinity. So that's for Affinity check this week.
We don't really get to go into it, but you can just, if that's something you're interested in, just give it
it's out there for you.
Quick search.
Yep.
You'll get what you need.
That's our service to you. Because it gets pretty twisted pretty quickly.
Yeah, it really goes off the rails just by like the second or third image.
Let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
Where are we? We're at Lake Valor. We have to battle Saturn at the bottom of this freaking lake. There's just a woman down here.
All alone. Got her fill of kicking around Magikarp, I guess. And then she wants to try to kick you around. Well,
they don't have a lot of luck finding whomever they're looking for, Uxie, Mesprit, or Azelf down here.
No.
This lady and Team Galactic. So I think she's like ready to sort of like fuck off, right?
Yeah. They're trying to get out of there. They're sick of beating up the Magikarp. They're just flopping around. We can't do much because there's a big pile of them blocking us from intruding further into the lake bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misgendered Saturn. Saturn identifies as he, according to the F Games FAQ walkthrough.
All right. I was hoping Commander Saturn was a girl boss, but
nope.
Okay.
Not this time. Still
Mars is, I think.
Misandry. Is Misandry the male one or the female one? I've lost touch with like normal culture so much that I don't know if misandry or misogyny is.
Misandry's anti-men. Good to
all right.
Further your education.
It's a joke. They have like all bad guy
it's
Pokemon.
The fucking poison Dustox and Beautifly. And then I thought this was sort of unexpected when I got into it, but Joshy's Sweetie is going to be Toxicroak.
Whoa. Why?
Let
me look.
I like it. It's got a little smirk. I like frogs. Poison Dart Frog was one of my favorites as a kid. This is obviously a Poison Dart Frog.
Yeah, I had never really noticed it.
I don't really like Croagunk, but I think that Toxicroak's got some attitude to it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It doesn't like,
This one's more of like an attitude call, less about like a sweet look. I think the smirk is funny, but I think it's just more of an attitude. I like the vibe.
I think that's a fair choice. I wish I could celebrate it in the same way that you do and open up my heart to it. There's some resistance. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the smirk. I'm not going to call it a barfy. I'm not going to like counter you here.
Yeah, that feels over the top.
But yeah, I guess it's fine. I like it. Yeah.
All right.
You going to catch one? You going to marry one?
No, I mean, I think I lost my only chance because that's got to be Great Marsh, right? And what did I get? A Whooper?
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
I can get one
Ugh.
anymore.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot more interesting. I've never run one.
Wedding's off, everyone.
But Saturn was nothing.
Yeah.
Bronzor, Kadabra, Toxicroak.
Yeah.
Probably had about 10 levels on them.
Yeah, at least. That once you're done cleaning up Saturn, there's a status check. Everyone like radios in to Commander Rowan and says, all right, I've dispatched the like freaking lieutenant of Team Galactic. What about you, Dawn? And Dawn's like, Lake Verity looks fine. Over. And then they're like, what about you, Bad Tanner? And it's just radio silence. So it's like, great. Of course, Bad Tanner drops the fucking ball again.
Yeah.
And I have to go save his ass, which involves literally like climbing up the ski hill at like a ski resort.
Yeah. Well, we do fight. We have a rematch with Commander Mars. That's why I was thinking of Girl Boss.
Oh, we do? Where's that?
We dispatched Mars at Verity. We do have to go to Verity.
Oh, because Don needs help too?
Yeah, they all.
Great.
I mean, they're all incompetent.
The only one who can get anything done around here. And I'm a fucking like monster who spent most of its life underground. Although I guess the monster from Us does manage to organize like a monster hands across America at the end of that movie.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So yeah, you're creating another hands across Sinnoh.
Yeah.
Kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want those spirits for some reason, those legendaries.
What do we know about these fucking things? Why are we so interested?
We never remember why. These are just so...
Let's get a scan on these guys.
Forgettable to me.
So they feel so powerful in this game. They're literally called... Well, I just looked up Uxie because it's the only one whose name I can ever remember.
Same. They're Lake Guardians.
It's called the Being of Knowledge.
This is where we start losing track of the plot in this game. And from what I recall, Platinum, they clean it up a fair amount. But we're dealing with the OG storyline that I think a lot of people have complained about. And it's only starting to unfurl now. But all that we know is Team Galactic wants to take everybody's Pokemon.
Okay.
They need these Lake Guardians.
I'm just sort of doing a scan on Uxie. And I'm sort of on Team Galactic side, I guess, a little bit, because, I mean, if I were like an evil bad guy.
What, you're not?
I would be a little worried about Uxie, and I would want to sort of like, you know, at least have eyes on Uxie, the Uxie situation.
Yeah.
Because according to Uxie's Bulbapedia page, and thank you again to all the volunteers of Bulbapedia who put this stuff together, Uxie is both feared and respected for its ability to erase the memories of evil people. So if you have evil in your heart and you're doing things with evil intent, Uxie can essentially just like undo it. And that's got to have, what's his face? Cyrus? Is that the head of Galactic?
That sounds right.
That's got to have him shaking in his boots. Although I don't know, maybe in his mind he's convinced what he's doing is like right, justified.
I definitely think that. Isn't he? He's the one who becomes a fascist. Like, he definitely thinks that whatever he's doing is the right move for everybody.
When Uxie created all knowledge in the Pokemon universe, when Uxie first emerged, humans gained the knowledge needed to solve problems and improve their quality of life. Brought us out of the, Stone Age.
Oh,
just her presence in this world
holds dominion over knowledge. Okay, well, I hope Uxie has good taste in knowledge.
She can talk via telepathy. One of those. I didn't see it. There wasn't down there at the bottom of the lake. None of these things were there.
No.
I visited most of the lakes. I actually couldn't get into Acuity. There were some thugs out front.
No, but that's skipping ahead of this long Throat of the World-esque.
The ski resort?
Ascent.
Yeah, we start at the bottom of a mountain, and it's snowy. Very snowy, which makes it hard to see, and it also makes it hard to walk. And also, there's snow ninjas on this ski resort, ski slope.
So that's one of the trainers that I was concerned about their livelihood.
You're worried about the ninjas who bury themselves in snow and just wait to attack people?
Yeah, and they were like wearing...
I think they're bandits, right?
But they're wearing thin, like, ninja outfits.
Probably like When my dad used to run a lot of 5Ks when I was a kid,
No, humble brag.
and the cold ones, like on the, humble brag for my dad, Mark. On the cold ones, on like Thanksgiving ones, they would always give him these like Mylar like blankets afterwards to like warm up with. It was like that shiny kind of material. So maybe it's something like that.
So you think under the pile of snow that they're hiding in, they've got one of those on top of them?
I think these are bandits. I think they are here to shake down the rich skiers. And we just happen to trigger them, with our proximity.
Yeah, they're brigands. They're brigands for sure.
Because that's the only other type of trainer I think you even run into on this side of this hill is those rich skiers, right?
Yeah, and like some ace trainers as usual. They always think so highly of themselves.
Did we possibly have to climb all the way up in through the inside of Mount Coronet to get here?
Yeah, of course. We had to do Mount Coronet too. You're like bebopping and scotting around.
You know why? I think because we already went into Mount Coronet a little bit, so I was just like, well, who cares? But yeah, we did a whole journey through and up the inside of Mount Coronet too. We should probably mention some of that stuff. It was pretty important.
You have defog now, I hope? You were able to see through there?
I managed to acquire defog, yeah.
That's good.
It's, you know what though? I hate to always let myself off the hook, but I will say I got defog. It wasn't immediately obvious where to get it or how. And the same thing happened with fucking Rock Slide this week. It was like, it's just on the side of the fucking hill.
Rock climb.
Yeah, Rock Climb.
Yeah.
Like if you just don't happen to go over there and see it and click on it, like you'll just never have Rock Climb.
It's in the middle of like the snowy tundra, and you can find it without this hint, but it helps a lot when you go into some random house and there's like a hiker and he's like, oh, I lost my HM. Like, I don't know where to go. I can't move any further. And
I don't talk to these people, Joshua.
Well, that's the only way that you find these shits. I'm 8 for 8 or whatever it is, 7 for 7 on finding all of these HMs because I talked to all these lunatics.
Not for me.
But it is funny that it's like, well, it's a lot easier because you don't have to have an HM friend in order to actually execute the HMs, but we're going to make it harder to actually find them. And then you have to really suffer.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Tanner.
Yeah, especially if you are impatient and don't like. And I've already excused myself for not talking to these people because 99.9% of them are useless and say absolute nonsense, Joshua.
Yeah.
Where to next? Where are we on to?
I guess now after Mount Coronet, that's where we get into Route 216, and that's where.
Did you get up to any hijinks in Mount Coronet?
Are there hijinks to be had?
I don't know. There's like battles in there and stuff, right?
Yeah, but nothing jumped out at me.
All right.
Fine. I couldn't catch anything because we already did that.
We already did that, yeah. I did not catch anything. Pretty weak catching leg. Honestly, the last few legs have been pretty weak catching legs.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter because, as you know, Joshua, I have the utmost faith in my team and my team's abilities and my team's ability to thrive and survive.
Right. You shan't be having any more kills.
Spoiler alert now for everyone that my kill count remains at 7 because I didn't have any losses this week.
Then likewise.
And I won't again for the rest of the season. That's my guarantee to you.
We'll see. I guess we've only, this is the 7th badge and we got 8. Then we got Elite 4 and then we got Chasing Waterfalls. So, that window's kind of narrow.
Do I have to worry about Cynthia?
I'm still concerned about her. I'm not confident. I mean, especially we'll get into it in a bit. I can't even remember where it was, but I'm definitely not confident in at least one of my Pokemon, I would say, surviving.
Oh, really? I plan on getting one of my Pokemon up pretty high. The one that I have the least confidence in.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with mine, too.
We'll get into it when we do level check, but I think it may be my Mew killer.
Huh. I mean, it did have a super, I think if it's the same one, It did have a super effective move against me in the battle last week.
I'll track that in my little segment here. Super effective against Mew. But then like other things it's not super effective against. Things that you would expect it to be super effective against. If it's a bug type.
It's going to have some kind of rhyme or reason to it. It can't just be random.
Is bug super effective against dark?
Yeah.
It's not super effective against Snover, though, who's grass ice.
Well, it's super effective against grass. Is it?
I'm probably wrong. I wish there was just a way to do it.
Yeah, I think you are wrong. That seems misrecorded.
Probably misrecorded. It was not very effective against Hoothoot.
Okay, that's interesting.
Dark flying?
Well, Hoothoot's only normal flying.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, it wouldn't be very effective against flying, a bug type.
Right.
So I think we got our Mew killer. If I can get this Tyronian Et, my F unknown, up high enough.
I mean, yeah, so that would mean that it's not Ghost because it wouldn't even affect normal type.
I think we'll battle later and see, but I think it's a bug type. And I think if I can get it to like pretty high level, I can use it to stop your Mew, which I think is maybe the last hurdle on your team as it stands now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, I think they all did pretty well last week.
And honestly, it can barely hold on, as I saw at Lake Verity when we took on a couple of grunts with Dawn.
Oh, you threw that on Unknown out there?
Yeah, just kind of get some levels on it, you know? It can take a hit. It was in the upper 30s at that point, but it took a pretty big wallop from, I think, both Beautifly and Glam Meow, and ended up at 6 hit points. And I was like, all right, let's switch this thing out.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but I put the Blissey out to give it a shot now that it's like, it must have been, by the end, it's even higher level, but it must have been at least like 42 or 44 or something.
Yeah.
And it was up against like some shit like this too. Yeah, like a Glameow, something that just like randomly had a fighting move.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a fighting type. And then like I went into the red and like one hit and with like 300 hit points. So I'm like, this thing, I don't understand it. And I know it's a support, but I think if it's not clear, I'm not much of a healer. I don't really go for healers. So I'm going to have to look into it. If I want this thing to live and stay on my team, I'm going to have to figure out
the strat.
I just like don't really have that ambition for that,
Who wants to run a Blissey? Yuck. Ugh. You gross me out when you run a Blissey.
It does have soft boiled now, so I can eat those eggs up.
I think you should abandon it. I think you should cut rope.
Leave it just leave it somewhere out in the slopes.
Yeah. Was it Soul Link? Let's go check the doc.
It's just the egg, because you have the egg too.
Oh yeah, I have the egg too. I just boil the egg.
So you wouldn't even care if something happens to this thing?
No, not running that. Yuck. Joshua, my You Make Me Barf Pokemon happened on the way up the side of Mount Coronet.
Okay, what was it?
I was crossing a bridge and went down below the bridge to get an item because I had strength now and could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyronian Et decided to stay behind up on the bridge and just kind of glitch at me like the little girl in the Ring video, sort of. I put a GIF of it in the doc if you want to go look.
Oh. It's just glitching out and then it's sort of like thrusting.
It's just it's like above me and it's looking down at me and it's just sort of like menacingly glitching at me.
Yeah, with that one terrifying eye.
Yeah. That's just what he's about.
Right at you, piercing your soul.
That's just what he's all about. I really don't like him.
How could you? No, nobody could love. I mean, I feel like there's probably somebody who likes every Pokemon as their favorite.
F Unknown? Someone's like, oh, I love F Unknown.
Nobody can like
right, Joshua.
Unknowns,
get out of town.
Right? I don't think so.
Who likes F Unknown? Whatever. I mean, if you do, I don't care. I don't
That's
like
fine.
it.
We're not going to yuck any yums.
I don't like running it.
Hard to wrap my head around it.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, now streaming only on Netflix.
Joshua, oh my God.
Whoa, oh my
Welcome
God.
back.
Whoa. Where was I? Where were you?
Something happened. I was talking to you, and you sort of went like this.
My mouth was open and I was like terrified.
Yeah. And I kept asking you questions, and your only response was,
Frozen in time.
I kept saying, like, oh, can you hear me? Are you hearing me right now? And all you just kept saying was,
Does Shadow Josh have the ability to impact the
like,
real
freeze
world?
time, paralyze someone?
Like, sucked me into the Grand Underground?
He might. I don't know. I don't really have a really strong handle on him, just like he doesn't have a really strong handle on Leafeon.
Right.
Umbre.
Still a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a dark journey.
You got
Yeah.
sucked into the Grand Underground for a moment, but you're back. You said your computer overheated,
Yeah.
which I didn't think was a thing that could happen in 2023.
I didn't either.
Here we are. I guess you got to get one of those cool, like, platforms that have little fans in them.
Might have to invest in one of those. This is just a normal one.
What kind of like
Rig.
encoding are you doing on it? What's eating up all your what's making your CPU run so hot?
Well, I had a lot of tabs open, and
Flash
I also
games.
had like all three browsers open for like Safari, Google Chrome, and Firefox.
Taylor tickets.
Firefox is my normal one. Yeah, that's it. And more to take advantage of those free articles,
Yeah.
and then I just forget that I have them, and then I never actually end up reading them, and then I had to shut them all down to make sure that my computer hopefully
Well,
doesn't overheat again.
you live, you learn. Where are we, Joshua? We've trudged our way up past the skiers, past the snow ninjas, and up to the top, the pinnacle of Snowpoint Mountain, I assume it's called,
Yeah.
because there's a city up here called Snowpoint City.
This must be the Snowpoint Range.
I don't know. We don't really get into it.
We're at Lake Acuity, which is the third lake we were supposed to investigate, but we can't get in because, lo and behold, a couple of galactic thugs are blocking the way. Again.
Not allowed in. I wish they would like fucking battle me with Pokemon instead of using their physical might, because I think I could probably decimate them with my Pokemon team, but they don't let us in.
They think they know it.
And then we have to just go
To the City of Snow.
give up on the urgent journey in front of us and the impending danger that's befallen our friend who's being like held captive by the game's bad guys,
Yeah.
and just get back to gym battling.
Snowpoint City.
Why not? We're here. They have a gym. It's right next to the Pokemon Center. I have to go there to heal my Pokemon anyway. I may as well pop in and do a gym, right?
Yeah.
I know it's urgent, but like those guys are in my way.
What are we, what could we be asked to do? We have to just go to the gym. I mean, there's nothing else to do in this town unless you're like a icebreaker sailor.
I think I'm a man of reasonable intelligence, Josh.
What?
That one caught Josh off guard. He does not agree, but I think most people would say I'm a man of reasonable intelligence.
Okay, I guess reasonable.
And trying to slide around this fucking gym
Oh my god.
and smash these snowballs
Oh my god.
and make my way through this puzzle, it made me feel like a simpleton.
A fucking child.
Yeah. I could not crack this nut. It took me forever.
I repressed how this is like the hardest gym to navigate, I think, in the whole series. I might be comfortable saying that.
It's so hard.
You have to slide around
made
on
it
ice
so
and,
hard.
like, destroy these snowballs strategically so that you're able to make it to the gym leader, and then you battle the scrubs
Yeah.
while doing it. But you need a certain velocity in order to smash the snowballs.
Yeah, if you don't go down a slope, then you haven't achieved max V, and you really need max V to smash through the balls. And it really tricks you because you think you're going to get on one path up to the Sabrina. Is that her name?
I think it's Candice. Candice.
Candice.
She's as cold as ice. I'm sure I made that joke last time too.
What you're really trying to do is plow out of the snowballs that just makes the direct like stairway path to her, though.
Yeah.
You're not trying to worm your way up through the sides to get to her.
You have to in order to actually... You have to smash some of them horizontally, some of them vertically.
It's a pain in the ass.
It was untold. Like 15, 20 minutes. I mean, it was like being in the Shadow Realm again. I was like, I don't know how long I was in there.
Oh, speaking of, while you were in the Shadow Realm, I just popped out to the to Route 217 or whatever it is out here outside of Snowpoint City.
217, yeah.
And found a patch of tall grass and fought a Machoke, and it was not very effective against Machoke,
Got it.
who's fighting a type. So I'm feeling strong Bug.
I think Bug is likeliest at this point, although I feel like I'm losing track of all of the different I feel like I'm in matchup mayhem right now.
I know. It's like an episode of Serial. You don't know who to believe. You don't know what to believe. And, it's award-winning podcasting. That's how it's also similar.
Right. That's the main similarity.
Where are we going next? I think we just have to go into the gym. Should we talk about the teams that we brought in there?
Yeah, I think it's time for level check.
Level check.
How about Shadow Josh leads us?
No movement.
No movement.
I mean, well, my team leveled up, but, it's the same team. I guarantee you, diamond confidence, that this will be the team that I beat the game with.
You don't even plan to swap anyone out, regardless of their life status?
What do you mean by life status?
Whether or not they get killed, you're just keeping this team.
That's the guarantee I'm making, is they'll never be killed.
Okay.
And I think you'd be shaking in your boots, Joshua, because my F unknown, Tyronian Et, level 46, can kill level 34 Snover in just 2 hits. I hope Mew's pretty frightened.
Oh, it's getting up there. Shaking in my boots, and not just because of the freezing temperatures now. Chickamauga,
Whizcash, level 48. Love it. Stalwart. It's got soul, but it's not a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto, Infernape, level 50. I don't know. Great.
Yeah, nothing to complain about.
Especially in this gym. Bronze Disease, Bronzedong, level 49. Also no complaints. Psychic, always helpful. Usually kills things in 1 hit.
Steel to make it a little tougher to kill. Yeah.
Hyenas, Luxray, level 50. Unstoppable, Bolt of Lightning. And then, of course, the problem child, Umbre, Leafeon, level 53.
Still having trouble?
I don't know. I don't bring her out.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not going to help her attitude.
I would hate for her to get any more experience.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we get up to, I think after Candace, we get level 70. So, I think you're safe. You'll be safe for a little bit after this.
Okay. I didn't bring her out once, and she's out-leveling everybody significantly.
Yeah, that was like my Mewtwo last season.
Crystal Ball.
2 seasons ago. Wow, let's go.
You pulled me out of my deep slumber in the Grand Underground a couple nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
And asked me to go fetch you something in Brilliant Diamond and send it to you.
That's right.
I got a lovely gift in return. Pachirisu.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's mine to keep?
You can keep it.
Wow, thank you.
Everybody could use a little electric squirrel. Rest in petals to mine.
I guess we'll add it to the Soul Link, right?
No, because my Pokemon that you traded me is the one that is officially the Soul Link of Leafeon.
Well, then I don't think I can use your Pachirisu.
No, you can't. It's just more of like an emblem. Murkrow. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said what it was already, but I was adding it to the list. Every witch needs a familiar, and Rules Court is closed. So I realized that
Honchcrow is your guy.
Murkrow and Honchcrow is going to be the best option for Crystal Ball's familiar. None of the past 2 games, very surprisingly for Sword and Shield, does not have Murkrow, and then Let's Go didn't have Murkrow. So I didn't have any way of trading one to myself. And it's version exclusive to Brilliant Diamond, so I had to make Tanner play at night and go into the spooky Eterna Forest and catch me one.
Yeah.
So that is my traded in Soul Link Pokemon.
Shadow Josh is right at home in there, though, so.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Enjoy Murkrow.
Never run one. Haven't taken it out into a battle yet, because it's only level 29. Its name is Gothi. I don't know how far you ended up making it in the Children of Time series, but there's eventually a bird, a raven, called Gothi in it. If you make it to Children of Memory, which is where I'm almost done with now, and I really like Gothi.
I've only just started the 2nd book.
Children of Ruin, right?
Yeah.
That one is maybe my favorite. This one's all right, but, it's the 3rd one. You got to just do it. Got to see what happens. And Gothi, the Murkrow, is going to be Crystal Ball's familiar, soul linked with the rebellious Leafeon.
Great.
We'll see what happens.
Well, Leafeon never comes out in a battle, so I think it's probably safe.
Right. That's good for me, because I obviously have a lot of work to do at those levels.
Yeah. Well, and also, Leafeon's levels will probably continue to outpace everybody. So
There's no catching up.
even if she does come in, she'll probably be pretty safe against most hits.
Yeah, well, it already was in our last battle.
Yeah.
It's already a tank.
All right, Joshua. Who else you
Then
got?
we have Barkskin Torterra, level 51. Featherfall Staraptor, level 50. I don't know about having 2 birds, so there might be a swap. We'll see, but I do really like Staraptor, obviously.
Yeah.
One of the swaps that I've been doing is between Earthball, which is now a Golem, level 50, and then Cure Wounds, the Blissey, level 46, who, as I mentioned, almost got one-hit KO'd by just some random, like, low sweep or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much scared to bring that into battle because I think it's just gonna die until I figure it out, or I might just box it, to be honest. I'm not loving it.
Yeah, it's gross to look at. It's awful. I would just not run it.
So we'll see.
And Golem's fine. And Earthball's a great name.
Yeah. I've just done Golem before, so it's not as exotic.
Yeah.
Then we have Mind Ream, Mew, level 51.
Pissing its pants this week.
Because of Unknown?
Yeah.
The Unknown coming for it,
Yeah.
we think.
It's going to get an F in living.
That's good. That's good. Now you got a tagline for it.
Yeah.
And then speaking of F, we have Flash Burst, Rapidash, level 50. So not a lot of change other than Gothi.
Gotti. That's great. You got me on levels mostly, except for that spicy little ombre.
Right.
How'd you do against Candice?
Candice. Somebody was troubling. Oh, the Obama Snow. That caught me off guard because I was running
Earthquake.
Rapidash.
Yeah.
And I had already had to heal Rapidash. So fortunately, it had enough health, but I was not expecting the Obama Snow to survive a Flame Wheel, and then it also had Earthquake.
That Earthquake was pretty bad.
The Earthquake got it into the red. I had used Agility earlier, so I was fast enough that I took it out, but it almost killed Rapidash.
Yeah.
And that was with a 8-level differential.
Yeah, I just breezed through here. There was like an Infernape and an Ice Gym.
Yeah, I mean, that covers essentially everything. She had a good team, though. I mean, other than the Snover plus Obama Snow is a little redundant, but having Sneasel and Medicham out of nowhere gives her, like, pretty good coverage for...
Yeah, not bad.
For, being locked into ice.
I've really come around on Sneasel, by the way.
Took you way too long.
Maybe this is a, what do I call it? Fall on my sword barfy moment.
Yeah.
Because I like Sneasel. I don't know why I never didn't think it was cute. Maybe it just had bad sprite art in one of the old gens.
I always said it was good. I always liked it.
You have keener eye for this than I do.
It did. I mean, in Gen 2, its sprite is pretty ugly.
That's why it's your thing, sweeties.
Yeah.
You're better at it.
Gotta have an eye for it.
Joshua, I think we have a little bit of time if we want to try to just hammer these guys together once real quick.
I think we can.
Let's do it.
We can, and I think we should.
Let's be a little naughty.
All right, bug catchers. We'll see you on the other side of this segment Q as we get into battle. Okay, into the arena. Whiscash. Staraptor. Fine matchup.
What do you got on that thing? I'm sort of in disbelief that you're still running a Staraptor. I'm into it. Oof, brave bird.
One hit KO.
That was not what I expected.
That's why I'm still running it, baby.
I have Ice Beam on it, which probably would have killed you in one hit.
Probably.
We'll never know.
I mean, I took a chunk of a hit, but I do have a Shell Bell. Here comes Luxray, and that's not a good scene.
She's out, baby.
Who's faster? I feel like Staraptor is faster.
You're staying in?
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
All right. I think I'm faster.
Oh, you got a Quick Claw. Oh no, I was trying to U-turn out of there.
You still might be able to.
Oh, Thunder Wave.
I thought you were definitely going to get out of there. So I was just going to paralyze whoever was coming in.
That's smart. I'm out. Torterra's out. Turonian Et. Leech Seed. Oh, missed? Okay. That thing's psychic technically or normal? Oh, looks like it's psychic.
It's psychic.
Crunch, 1-hit KO.
I thought you were going to go for Earthquake, and it's, of course, has Levitate. And it's super effective against you. It's hidden ability.
We think. Oh no, we didn't get to have you try it.
It said in my menu.
Oh, okay, so it's gotta be bug.
All right, let's see if this thing can outpace your stupid fucking thing.
Last time this matchup did not work out for you.
I know, but hopefully I'm a little faster. Some more levels.
Swapping.
Smart.
Can't take the risk that you're not using Fire Spin this time. Yeah, Flamethrower. But now it's against Golem. Jesus. Still did like quarter damage. Oh man. Oh, I should have just used Earthquake. I didn't think you were going to be able to do that much damage with Punch Up Punch.
I just assumed you were going to. I was just going to try to take a big hit at you on your way out.
Oh. I fear the Infernape is going to become too powerful now. 2 punch-ups.
With 2 power-up punches.
Power-up punch.
Can't believe you killed Tironi and Et before it was able to come in and kill Mew.
Yeah, now there's nothing to stop Mew, is there? I'm going to use it to kill Infernape, but I'm not going to let it sweep.
I was hoping I could get a Fire Spin on you at least, but you outpaced me.
Mind Ream's coming back. Flash Burst. The Rapidash is coming out for Bronze Dong. I feared you would have Shadow Ball, as you do. And it's got Shell Bell. That's kind of cool. Shadow Ball, like, bringing back health to you. Very on brand.
I don't have anything else that's better at hitting that thing. I'm just going to leave this little tanky guy in, see what I can do. Nope, couldn't take another one.
Bronze Disease took him.
All right, let's see what you can do. I guess you're my only hope, Hyenas.
Luxray's back. I'll get at least a Flame Wheel in. I feel like you'll probably kill me, though. Bite? Why don't you just shock me?
That's all I really have. What am I supposed to do? Like, Spark isn't going to do much more, is it?
Probably. Yeah, it will, because you think you get stab bonus, at least.
No, Spark would have done the exact same amount of damage.
Rapidash is out. Torterra's back. And all I can do is crunch and munch on those leaves.
Oh, you're getting me lower and lower each time.
Because your defense is getting lowered, too, occasionally. But I won't survive the next Giga Drain, and I think you will survive this crunch. Yeah.
The red.
Rest in Petals, Torterra.
Oh, it's not looking good for Team Shadow Josh, though.
I still got 3. We'll do Staraptor to keep it interesting, though. You're swapping for what? Oh, right. Luxray is still alive. Shit. I think with the stones, even...
And the Brave Bird.
Brave Bird will probably kill you.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh!
Oh my god. Paralyzed again? And you're just Giga Draining? Just give me one Brave Bird.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Come on. Oh, you got it through.
Yeah. I think I'll probably die too, though, from the recoil.
Well, that's my last Pokemon.
Oh, I made it. 13 hit points. Leafeon's out. Crystal Ball is the victor.
Josh wins. Crystal Ball. But it was actually a lot closer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep it interesting by not just keeping Mew out longer than I need to.
Yeah, you're like, oh, as soon as I put in Tironi and Et, you're like, oh, I better not keep Mew in too much.
Can't let Mew have to go
Scared.
up against Tironi and Et.
I think you would kill Tironi and Et at that point.
I had. Torterra, 1 crunch.
Joshua.
Crunch, crunch.
I tip my hat to thee, much like the Hawk Crow in your future. I tip my hat to thee.
Respete.
Congratulations. Let's get out of here.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Next week, we will be journeying, I assume, back down the mountain.
Yes, and we'll be going to the total opposite climate, Sunny Shore City, but not next week. We're taking the week off for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
To let all of you spend time with your families, or maybe just secretly play Pokemon while they tell you about their troubles. And then you can find us back in your feed on November 28th, Tuesday, like usual, for the 8th gym.
Sunny Shore City. Wow, that sounds beautiful.
Ooh, and we got the Team Galactic HQ coming up.
Ooh, that sounds awful. It sounds like an awful ice slide puzzle in a gym, but worse.
Some teleporters.
Joshua.
Yeah.
My name has been Sneeze Ring. I am joined as always by my co-host Fieldystam. This has been Experience Share. It's a Pokemon podcast. Please do rate and review the show everywhere that you rate and review podcasts.
Please help.
Do that now. Stop what you're doing. Pull over your car. Get out of the shower. Wake up. If you're like one of these people who falls asleep listening to podcasts. Insane to me, but apparently that's a huge segment of podcast listeners.
I can't do that.
Wake up.
Too engaging. This hit podcast?
And get over to
Apple
Podcasts or Spotify or wherever.
Any of the ones where you can rate and review.
Just throw us a little love. Just interact with us, you know? That's all we want.
That's all we want.
I just want to hear from you.
We just want validation.
And only positive feedback, of course.
Yeah.
Joshua, thank you for joining me. What else do people like to do with sort of the ancillary media around our podcast?
They can go and follow us on X, the site formerly known as Twitter.
Thank you.
And Instagram, still known as Instagram, at EXPSharePod.
Although it's now part of Meta, we could probably say that.
Now part of Meta.
For parody. Yeah.
Right. And remind everyone. And you can also go to Reddit, which... doesn't Condé Nast own that or something weird?
Yeah.
Or did they buy themselves back? I can't keep track of that anymore.
Who owns Reddit? Oops, I wrote that on my team in the doc. Who owns Reddit? Advanced Publications, acquired in 2005 by Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian.
Well, he's the founder. So what did they just incorporate?
Privately held media company that also owns Condé Nast, Vogue, and The New Yorker.
Oh, okay. So something else owns Condé Nast.
Yeah.
And then that owns Reddit. Well, there's a little fun facty for you. And that subreddit is reddit.com/r/bugcatchers. And you can go have some fun in there and do level checks.
And check out the other great Condé Nast publications, Vogue, The New Yorker. We're all part of the family, you know?
Yeah, it's all in the family. You know, you can support the media.
Yeah.
They need your help. And you can also support us by buying some merch at expsharepod.com.
Great. I will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll look lovely just in time for the holidays. Walmart's already running Christmas commercials, so never too soon.
Give a gift to the bug catcher in your life.
Or anybody. I think these are tasteful shirts. The one about having a good rod.
Yeah, that's broadly appealing. The Respete, that's broadly appealing. That's just like a positive, uplifting message.
Requires no explanation. Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
All right, Joshua, until next week, I'm going to say to you, chip, chip, cheerio, so long, goodbye, and
chip,
alola.
Chip, cheerio, alola, and smell you later.